What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is episode number 5 of the series where I rate your squads. So, if you guys want to be in the next episode, I will put up a tweet, and basically will ask you guys to reply to the tweet. Follow me on Twitter, a link will be in the description, and reply to said tweet if you guys want a chance to be in the next episode. So, I took a lot of these from the recent tweets because I actually forgot to put up the tweet last week. So, these are some of the more recent ones I've gotten. And most of these squads have been in the last couple of days. So, anyway, now let's get on to it. So, squad number 1. So, he has 200k. He likes to shoot threes, pick and pop, and then ISO hop step cheese with Levine. So, first player that can't be taken out of the squad then is Levine, if that's the player you like to run through. Even though I'm not the biggest fan, it's not a bad card. Levine is not a bad card, so you can definitely use Levine, use him effectively. I like Jeff Petrie, I like Devontae Graham. What I would do is I would replace Kobe White with Ruby, Ruby Drew Holiday. And the reason for that is that you've got two really offensive-based point guards. So you've got Jeff Petrie and Devontae Graham. They're kind of similar players. They both do the same thing. They're both range extender players. They're both okay attacking the basket, but not exceptional. They're both very similar. Obviously, Petrie's better, but they play a similar role. However, you got Kobe White, who is basically, imagine Devontae Graham or Petrie without range extender. That's what we got in Kobe White, and while not a bad card, the Sapphire is definitely better. For a couple of MT, just go and, even actually get Amethyst. You have 200k, so spend the 15 to 20k on Amethyst Drew Holiday, so he ends up being, and use him as your backup instead of Devontae Graham, and he will be he's a beast once you get him to Amethyst. Go to Ruby, an absolute beast once you get him to Amethyst. So, looking at your bench, I know as much as I love Nemanja Bjelica, why not just use his Ruby? Actually, no, sorry, his Ruby doesn't have range extender. Replace Bjelica with Davis Bertans. Bertans is almost the same player, but way better. And I know you don't want to spend too much MT, because I assume with a squad like this 200k, but you probably should have bought this card a few days ago because I think he's gone up a bit in price. But if you can get Lamar Odom for less than 65, 70k, go and pick him up because he is legitimately worth about 150k. So I have a feeling there is no way, because flashbacks are gone, Lamar Odom is going to be is going to be less than 100k in 2 weeks' time. There is no way that's the case. So he is not a bad pick up either. Now we are on to squad number 2. Pick and fade and pick and roll, budget around 200k. So I like, actually this first team rating it out of 10, considering he wants to stay on a big budget. I'm going to give this team probably a 7.5 maybe out of 10. It is a similar team to what I would have used maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there are a lot even better budget cards than these guys, so not a little bit outdated. This squad right here. Okay, so you've got one position where, okay, so I get it, you vote up Isaiah Thomas to Diamond, but he's really not that good. Fair play with your persistence, fair play with your ability to evo cards up. This squad is at best a 7 out of 10. What I would do is I would run Serge Ibaka at the 5 off the bench. I would put in, you got 200k to work with, get yourself a Lamar Odom. Sell Melo, get Odom for around the same price. Odom is way better. And also Odom locks into something, Melo doesn't. So there's the advantage in that as well. Bradley Beal is, if you haven't locked Bradley Beal in, I'm pretty sure he's well over 100k. Actually, no, he's the week if you lock in for 50k. So I don't know what price he is, but I'm guessing he's over 100k. If he's anywhere around 100k mark, get rid of him and get Eddie Johnson, who is way better. If you have a little bit of MT, if you want to really improve the squad, but you'd end up spending all your MT on getting say Odom, Kobe to replace. Imagine if you got Odom, Kobe, and Eddie Johnson to replace Beal, Melo, and Artis Gilmore. If you've got that type of MT and get those cards and you're okay with spending your MT, that is probably the best way to make this team. That would probably make this team into probably a 9 out of 10 squad. Dwight's good, Blake's good, Rick Barry, I have no idea, never used them, and the rest of your cards are solid. And last 3 off the bench, I would replace Isaiah Thomas with someone that can play the small forward position, just so that your last three cover the other three positions. Okay, so that was a really interesting squad. It's rare you see that many Evo players up. So this squad here, like to run pick and roll, pick and pop, and drive and kick to an open shooter. You can get 100 KMT by selling other cards. So, first of all, okay, he's running dupe Kobe Whites. I was about to say bring the other Kobe White, but you're running dupe Kobe Whites, which is fine. Eddie Johnson, fantastic player down to 2. Josh Richardson, 3. Okay, this squad is a legit 7.5 out of 10, 7.58 out of 10. And the only problem is that you don't have a single player that's over 7 foot. So what I would do is I would replace Aaron Baines, because like you've already got LaFrance, you've already got Jaren Jackson Jr. I would put in one of the Giants. I put in a Mirasan or something just to make sure you've got that little bit of extra height. Other than that, I'd replace Zion. As much as Zion is kind of cool to use, and it's good to have Zion, Swag EP is much better to have in there than Zion. And then I know you probably do like Kobe White, but I would start the Sapphire Kobe White and I would replace the Ruby Kobe White with, honestly, playing him at the 2, Norman Powell. Norman Powell is good enough to make this squad, and that would push this squad up to, like, in my opinion, like an 8.5, 9 out of 10 as far as budget squads go. And then I don't think you can make any significant upgrades without spending nearly your entire MT, and you should always have that little bit of a cushion of, say, 100k MT for when 2K do release some ridiculous players. For example, like if you had no cushion and couldn't buy Odom during last weekend, you were kind of screwed. However, and 2K keep releasing cards like that for cheap, then you're going to always have to have a bit of cushion. So please rate. So this guy has got no MT. I'm going to rate this team 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Starting 5, no, it's fine. There are no changes I would make to that starting 5. Iverson's really good. Actually, no, there are. I would put Derrick Rose in for Iverson. But again, a lot of people prefer Iverson. I prefer Rose. So I'm not going to necessarily say that there's, without question, Iverson's better than Rose. Or say Rose is better than Iverson, because I know there's some people that prefer Iverson. Is same with Stockton and Rose. But your 2, 3, 4, and 5 is fine. It's fine. You don't need to change anything there. And also, what I would... also, you can push, say, Bosch to the 5, Odom to the 4, and Paul George to the 3, which is a really good thing. Problem is you've got like 2 small forwards. I'd take out LeBron James, to be honest, in the last 3 off the bench. And I would replace him with a point guard, someone that can play the point guard position. And Michael Jordan is a weird one, because I don't think he's very good, and I would have sold him when he was over 100k and replaced him with Eddie Johnson. Yeah, he's got Hall of Fame clamps, he can't really shoot the ball. Jimmy Butler, range extender, good shot, really good card. Giannis, if you know how to use him, great. If you don't know how to use him, get rid of him for his price, sell him. If you know how to use him, then keep him. They're without question. Giannis is either going to be your best player or a liability. He's never just another guy. So I'm not going to say to get rid of Giannis. So yeah, a pretty good squad, but a few minor tweaks needed. Okay, mainly use pick and roll, sometimes run plays and be an off-ball. 2000 MT. So I'm trying to think who to replace to get some MT. So there's no point using a 9-man rotation. Use a 10-man rotation. Don't be dumb. Sell Draymond and Jaylen Brown. Not that they're bad cards. You can just get way better cards for cheaper. Sell Draymond and Jaylen Brown. Pick up Lamar Odom, and then run with Jaren Jackson the 5. Run Lamar Odom at the 4, and then at the 3 and the 2 you can run with Dylan Brooks the 2, and at the 3, it's not Dylan Brooks the 2, and Norman Powell the 2, and at the 3, do whatever you want. To be honest, you've got that 30k ish range. I don't know who sells for that price, to be honest. Or you can put in Odom there. At the 3, run Draymond at the 4 and just sell Jaylen Brown and use the MT to get Odom and use the little bit of MT to get Powell. But I would sell both Draymond and Brown because I don't think Draymond is great. You've already got Siakam. So yeah, this team's good. Team's good. Probably considering these last guys, and the fact it's only a 9 rotation, probably a 7.5 out of 10, but the starting lineup is probably an 8.59. Okay, now we are on to I like to pop 3 and drive. Okay, this is a weird squad right here. So this guy has got 100k tied up in Steph Curry, 150k in Kobe Bryant, Brent Barry, Zion, AD, Ray Allen, Clay, Hito at a Sapphire, Danny or Gerald Green, and Blake Griffin. What type of a squad is this? And the fact that you have Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant at 50k, and Anthony Davis. Normally, like, I would actually rate this squad as an extreme budget squad, probably a 6 out of 10. But because you've got those guys, and you've just got 3 of the best cards in the game, as well as a bunch of not even good budget cards, I'm going to have to give this squad a 2 out of 10 just due to those circumstances. Sell Steph Curry and sell Anthony Davis. And use the 200 or so KMT to build a new team. Pick up, I know Amethyst Devontae Graham wouldn't be a bad pickup. At the 5, pick up Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't know. The 3, Swaggy P is even better. At the 4, I don't even mind if you want to use Zion. But you could actually sell the 2 of those and still probably pick up a Lamar Odom, who's not going to go down in price. I don't even know. Just watch a DBG video. That's all. That's the only suggestions I'm going to give. Watch a DBG video. You don't have a single quick draw player except for Hito on your bench, and that's not even a good version of Hito. Like, this is bad. Like, sorry to say this, but this is a bad team. What should you do to improve my team? Have 400k, don't really have a play style. Number 1 is get rid of Zion. I don't know what people's obsessions with Zion is. Like, you've got 400k. It's tough to answer this question based on not knowing what a play style is. Get Lamar Odom to the 4. At the 3, I'm trying to think who won't lose value. I'm trying to think of what players you can get that doesn't lose value at the small forward position. Or actually get Eddie Johnson and push Kobe in there. So I know you have a lot of players locked in on the bench, and the bench is kind of fine. Replace Gilmore, Jaren Jackson Jr. Or like it's an over 85 overall team, so place one of the last 3 off the bench with Jaren Jackson Jr. and use Gilmore as one of the players at the end of the bench. But other than that, this team is probably a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know what people's obsession is with Zion. He's just a bang average card. So yeah, that is pretty much it. We are now down to our last 3 squads right here, and we are about 13 or so minutes into the video. So I like to run pick and pop, have a I don't think I can say that word for monetization reasons. Bench, looking to pick up a new backup point guard, shooting guard mainly at 50 KMT, but don't mind selling cards. Okay, so backup point guard, sell Monroe and promote Devontae Graham to your backup point guard. Then run with, I'm trying to think who to run at 2, or who to run as your 3rd choice point guard. Even Drew Holiday, just to kind of make up numbers. Backup 2 guard, run with Evan Fournier. This is a good squad, like. Very, very top heavy. Sell Draymond Green. Unless you're in the process of doing those challenges, sell Draymond Green. He is very, very weak. Like, you can sell Draymond Green. Like, if you sold Draymond Green, if you sold Earl Monroe, I'm trying to think who else there is at the power forward position that you can use. Even a small forward. Like, you sell Draymond, you have 50k. You sell Earl Monroe. You could probably look into a Rashard Lewis, maybe? Someone like that. But John Stockton, I know you probably want to keep John Stockton because he's probably your best player. But one of the things about John Stockton is I have a fear that at Christmas, we're going to be getting one of these prime players. I have a feeling that, remember last year when they gave the locker code for 1 of the 20th anniversary players? I have a feeling that one of the prime players is going to be a free locker code, and that is going to kill the price of all these cards. Do I think it's a guarantee? No. But would I be aware of having so much of a percentage of your MT? Not even so much MT, because I don't know what price he is. but it's a high percentage of your MT tied up in a card like Stockton who could be dropped anytime via code. Especially is probably a 50-50 chance drops via code. I wouldn't have that much tied up in them. So I run Quick True STS. You must be playing some bad opponents, because if you're able to run Quick True STS against a human, they must really suck. I got 2 good shooters off the bench in the starting lineup, but it's only 20k. Okay, so bench, sell D'Angelo Russell. He's locked in. Okay, your first problem is you locked in for 3 moments of the week sets. That is your first problem, because D'Angelo Russell's 100 and something K. You have... I was trying to think who you have in your squad from those moments of the week sets. You've got Jason Tatum, who, as much as I like Jonathan Isaac, Tatum's way better. You've got... I don't know, I can't even remember who's in these sets. You've got Malcolm Brogdon, who's a better third choice point guard than Jason Williams. And if you've got any Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, that's fine, but put in a center. Don't even know what big men you have. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is another suggestion. There. That's the team. His team is probably a 7.5 out of 10. And just a poor decision locking in for 3 of these cards. Especially Luka. Especially Luka. So now we are on to the last of these teams. So I was looking for help in my lineup. I usually run 2 shooters, 2 guard and power forwards strictly for the corner. I have athletic wings and small forwards to create space, attack the basket, and bigs are for post and rebounding. I have 50k. Okay, so run the Giants is fine. I don't like Zion. I'm saying that right now. I do not like Zion. So I like Colin Sexton. That's fine, have him a point guard. And as much as people would say, like, I'm not going to necessarily tell you to change that. I wouldn't use him personally, but I know that it is a really good card, so I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing there. I'd say with this squad here, it's probably for the way you want to play, and if you want your power forward stand in the corner, this is an 8 out of 10. This is an 8 out of 10 squad. Zion, a small forward, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, sure, you can play a bit of bully ball. He cannot guard anyone on the perimeter. Like, whatever with Buddy Hield not being able to play defense, Zion will not be able to play defense. Like, even Norman Powell. I know he's a little bit smaller. Norman Powell is a better player than Zion Williamson, especially if you want an athletic wing. Norman Powell will give you more than Zion will. Bertans, if you want someone just to shoot the ball, Bertans is fine. Leitner's fine. You just want the Giants in there, Smith Samir-San is fine. You want shooters, the 2, Buddy Hield, Hero, you can't get much better. And guys going to the basket, Morant is perfect. Colin Sexton's fine. I just wouldn't use 2 small forwards, power forwards at the end of the bench. I'd make sure, especially if he's at a stamina issue, even though stamina doesn't mean that much, I would still put, if you like run that type of center, I would replace Isaac or Gordon, whichever one you prefer. Whichever one you least prefer, I would replace one of them with Sean Bradley. I would probably then get a point guard at the end of the bench, and that point guard, if you want it for cheap, yeah, 50k, you probably, without question, have Sean Bradley. I'd say, I don't know. There's no real other Ja Morants. If you did pick Derrick Rose as your starter reward, you mightn't be the worst player there. But yeah, this is quite a decent squad. Maybe Devontae Graham, someone like that, just to bring something a little bit different from these two. But no, your squad is fine. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. These are a lot of decent squads. Apart from this squad right here, there was no really bad ones. No real like 10 out of 10 level squads that I couldn't really find any flaws with. But don't get me wrong, this was a good batch of squads. And these are all squads where you're going to have a good chance of winning a lot of your games if you are the better player. So anyway, yep. That is pretty much it. This is episode number 5 of the squad where I rate your guys' squads. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.